good coffee. Good morning. God bless everybody, first and foremost. I pray that you, your family, your children, your animals, plants, and anything else that you love and care about is nurtured with health mentally and physically and got their spirits of positivity inside them for the best life they could possibly live. Now, I have not really chimed in, so to speak, on this whole PlayStation going digital and physical carts being game key cards and stuff of that nature. And while I'm talking, I didn't hook up my mic or nothing, so this is going to be the regular audio from the the camera. I would like to grab a few games. Some of them are sealed. Some of them is going to be in a box, you know. And some of them are going to be disc-based games for PlayStation, you know. So I'm going to grab a couple of games here. Now, I'm doing this because I've had enough. I've seen a lot of different little videos and stuff like that. And I just wanted to weigh in. Now, before I start to go, I would just like to say, we've been fooled as gamers for many, many years, dating back to the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. Coming out of that generation, we started getting Blu-rays as our disc media. A single layer Blu-ray disc can hold up to 25 gigs of memory storage. A dual layer Blu-ray, which is a lot of the PlayStation ones, they hold up to 50 gigabytes of data. Regardless of how a producer, a developer, whatever, decides to, let's say, compress the data, there is only 50 gigs available, only 25 gigs available. I say that for a reason, because as we're going into this whole digital physical thing, I have a bunch of games on my Switch 2 that I didn't open yet. I got a bunch of them that are open. I have about 34, 35 games total physical for Switch 2 with the boxes. Some of them are game key cards, some of them are the whole games, like Star Fox and anything made by Nintendo. The full game is on there. The Nintendo cartridges, I believe, for the Switch 2 holds up to 64 gigabytes, but it costs a certain money to get those cartridges. So when you guys are screaming about, oh, Nintendo, y'all got physical games that's called game key cards, and stop blaming Nintendo. Nintendo games, first party developed, are all fully on the cartridge. Some of them have the Switch 1 and Switch 2 editions, like Metroid Prime 4, which I beat. But I digress. The whole cartridge on there. It's third party distributors, aka the other game developers, who decide they don't want to pay whatever the cost is to get one of those 64 gigabyte things, cartridges, when their games probably be only like 7 gigs, 8 gigs, 12 gigs, 30 gigs, 20 gigs. So they get a game key card where they don't have to pay a premium for the memory storage in the cartridge. They just pay for the cartridge to be able to store data on it. This may be going over some folks' heads. I may be talking too fast. But I digress. Games like this for the Switch 2, how many gigs, Mike? Say 27? Well, get that a little closer. My fault. Let me turn this way. You can pause it right there. You can see how many gigs. Dynasty Warriors Origin, Switch 2, sealed. Sealed. Tales of Arise, Beyond the Dawn Edition. Sealed. See the gigs? See the gigs? My fault. Turn to the camera. See the gigs? Sealed. Still sealed. I got a lot of games that I'm playing on my Switch 2 right now, and that's sealed. Now look at this. This is from Capcom. Now this is one of the rare third-party, not Nintendo, companies that make games. You notice this is a full cartridge. The Disney Saturday Afternoon Collection, or Saturday Morning Collection, whatever. Come with DuckTales 1 and 2, Chip and Dale's 1 and 2, Tailspin, Darkwing Duck, as well as the Super Nintendo, what's that, Bonkers and Goof Troop, right? Switch 2 edition. Full game on this cartridge. Capcom said we'll pay whatever the price is to get a whatever gigabyte card. What else we got? Nintendo, first party. Boom, Yoshi. That's the whole game on the cartridge, you know? Then something like Ubisoft, and the people who made, what's that joint, Death by Daylight? They made one of them survival horror joints, asymmetric joints. Not Ubisoft, but the team who did it. I forgot what team did it, but they did a horror game. And now they did this. But see, that's a game key card. Now, game key cards are allegedly just a physical cartridge that has data that you can download to your system from the cartridge to be able to play the game. Here's the thing about those. You can take those to a GameStop, or if you're in the UK, you can take it to Game, a real game store that does credit and cash for trade-ins. And the game key cards have a value. They're just like a Switch 2 title. They don't give you $5 because it's a game key card. They don't say, oh, we can't accept this because only one person can have it. No, anybody can play the game key card. The data's on there forever. But I digress. Remember I talked about how many gigabytes a dual layer and a single layer DVD Blu-ray can hold? I have several games here. Most recent titles too. We got College Football 27, which on the back of the box tells me I need what gigs? 60? That don't say 60. Tell me that's at 40 and I just ain't see because my eyes is not. No, 60. That say 60 gigs. I just want to make sure. It's called sarcasm. I just want to make sure that say 60 gigs. But it don't tell me this is a disc key game disc. This is not, they're not telling me this is a Blu-ray game data disc. What did I tell you? That these discs can only hold dual layer 50, single layer 25 gigs. This college football say I need 60 gigs. That means the whole game is not on this disc. Let's keep moving. Something like Marvel Tokon, this is like 30. Specifically that. Yep. I say 30 for Tokon. So one might think the game is actually on this disc. Okay. Halo. Halo on a beam? Yeah. Halo wanted a beam. That's 2 times the memory. I'm sorry, there you go, right there. That's 2 times the memory. It also lets you know you need the internet to download the rest of the data. So you ain't got all the data on here, but you want physical disc. I'm not here to say don't get physical disc. I'm not here to say get digital. I'm trying to make you think. Beast of Reincarnation just came out. What they want, 40? 33. This game might actually be all on this disc. Shout out to Game Freak and Fictions. Fictions is the developer, Game Freak the publisher. You know what I'm saying? They wanted 33 gigs, cut. That's actually in my PlayStation right now. I'm actually playing that. But these 4 games, the only one, well, it's 2 of them, that got 30 gigs and 33 gigs. That's Beast of Reincarnation and Marvel Tokon. And then 2 games that's over 50 gigs, 100 gigs for Halo, 60 gigs for college football. Out the box is what you need before you get a deluxe edition upgrade, before you get any DLC, just with the regular game. So, how many times have you out there, any of you, on an Xbox 360, a Xbox One, a PlayStation 3, a PlayStation 4, and now Xbox Series and PlayStation 5, how many times have you actually looked at the back of the boxes that you got and see the required disk space and see almost every game we have purchased in the last 10 years? And I'm just using 10 years as a base standard. We have literally, let me get my coffee. We have literally been bamboozled this whole time. Because if I know, regardless of what kind of memory compression that you're using, regardless of what AI algorithm program you want to use, a single layer Blu-ray can only hold 25 gigabytes of data. A dual layered Blu-ray can only hold 50 gigs. And if the back of my boxes for Ninja Gaiden 4, Saros, MLB The Show 26, Neo 3, Resident Evil Requiem Deluxe Edition, what's that right there? Batman, The Legacy of the Dark Knight Deluxe Edition, SpongeBob Titans of the Tide, Directive 8020, 007 First Light. What's that John Carpenter's Toxic Commanders or Toxic Crusader, whatever that John called? What's that? 40,000 Warhammer Space Marine 2. Final Fantasy Tactics. Mouse PI for Hire. Not that, because I think that joint like 20 gigs. Code Vein 2 Deluxe Edition. Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remastered. High on Life 2. Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 7 Remake and Rebirth, NHL 26, Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth, Like a Dragon Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, God of War Ragnarok, UFC 6, Ghost of Yote, The Crew Motorfest, Dynasty Warriors Origin on PlayStation 5, Assassin's Creed Shadows, Tekken 8, Wonderland Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, Borderlands 4 Super Deluxe Edition, Helldivers 2, Battlefield 6, Silent Hill F, Lost Soul Aside, Hogwarts Legacy, College Football 26, Mafia the Old Country, Jedi Survivor Star Wars, Gears of War Reloaded, Alan Wake 2, UFC 5, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man Miles Morales, PS5s, UFC 5, Naruto / Boruto, Ultimate Ninja Storm Generations, Top Spin Tennis 6, or whatever one that say, 25, there you go. Scarlet Nexus, Yuri Kill, the Culmination Calamity, whatever that is. Well, I know what that is. That's that point and click, and it also turned to an airplane vertical shooter game. That game is fire, now that I think about it. What else up here? Pragmata, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, Sonic Cross Shadows Generations, Ready or Not, Epic Mickey, Madden 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. 27 ain't here yet. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater Deluxe Delta, whatever. Delta Edition. Delta. Screamer. My Hero Academia All's Justice. Demon Slayer 2. RoboCop Rogue City Unfinished Business. 2 separate boxes of 1, 2, 3 Tomb Raider Deluxe Editions and 4, 5, 6 Tomb Raider Deluxe Editions, each 3 inside of a box by themselves. Assassin's Creed Mirage, Valkyrie Elysium, One Piece Odyssey, Uncharted PS5 Collection, Demon Souls on PS5, House of Ashes, Fantasia Neo Dimension, Lego Horizon, Street Fighter 6 Deluxe Edition, Lost Judgment, Deathloop, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Far Cry 6, Stellar Blade, Ghostwire Tokyo, Diablo 4, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy, Mortal Kombat 11 Ultimate, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, College Football 25, WWE 26, WWE 26, 25, WWE 23. All those games that I'm naming, I physically have. And I'm pointing at the discs that's in front of my joint. Just to give you a small little synopsis on the pop these. Show you like that. You see that? We got all the systems. That's the steering wheel with my shirt is on it. That's another PS5 regular down there. My PS5 Pro, Xbox Series, Switch 2 over there. See all them games? You see that? And there's a bunch more that's for PS4 hidden behind that PS5. We not bull. That being said, do you know we were bamboozled this whole time? Huh? Do you know this? Think about it. Every one of them games I named, go look up the discs. Go look at the back of the box, or just type in the name of that game, storage space for Xbox Series or PlayStation 5, and look at the gigabytes. So everybody talking about Nintendo Switch. We got Jamboree Mario Party, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Pokemon ZA. What's this? Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion, Hades 2, the Hyrule Warriors on Switch 2, not the original one, the second one. The one that came out, I forgot what this one is called. The Calamity, Age of Calamity, John, that one. Yeah, that. Metroid Prime 4, Super Mario Wonder, and the Belly Beat Park, whatever that called. Switch 2 versions. Kirby on Switch 2. Mario Fever Tennis, John. Cyberpunk 2077. Monster Hunter 3. What's this? Star Fox. Dragon Quest 7 Remake. Oh, I'm about to call that Final Fantasy. Virtual Fighter 5. The Adventures of Elliot. And those are the games that I got open that's red cartridges for my regular Switch 2, for my Switch 2. This game is actually inside my system. That's Splatoon, what they call that? Splatoon Raiders. And then I got a couple of games that's on Switch 1 in this case. I got a case over there that got a bunch of Switch 1 games in there. But it's like I had some in here. Every time I bought a new Switch 2 game, I took it out and put it in the other little case, John. So down here is like Smash Brothers Ultimate. And then we got some Switch 1 games. That got Switch 2 counterparts like the Part 1 and 2 Super Mario Galaxy cartridge, Super Mario RPG, Mario and Luigi Brothership, Super Mario Odyssey, Metroid Dread, and Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. Now, some of these games might have been a game key card. not Nintendo stuff, because all they stuff come. I think Elliot might have been a game key card. I'm not sure. I gotta go look at the box. But when we talk about game key cards not having the data on the disc, not having the data on the cartridge, and they gotta download it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, for the last decade, I'm just gonna start at 10 years. For at least the last decade, we have been getting discs installed in our system. And when you pop that disc in, you're not just playing the game off the disc. It has to install on your hard drive. Follow me. It has to install on your hard drive. But if it was all on the physical disc, what is it installing? So are discs called Blu-ray game cards? Are discs called DVD game cards? Are discs called disc-based game cards? Because I see a bunch of people up in arms and everybody wants to jump into the algorithm of complaining about Sony saying they're going to stop doing physical discs in 2028 January. Then going to Nintendo and saying Nintendo got game key cards, they're no better. Then coming at Microsoft, oh, they're rumoring that their next project Helix might not have a disk drive. And everybody trying to jump on the wave to make some money off these videos. Shut your mouths. I don't care if you're 8-bit Eric. I'm 43 years old. You look like you're around my age. If not, you age horribly. But I digress. This ain't got nothing to do with you personally. But you and a lot of these other YouTubers and whatever other stuff you stream off of, I don't care. Nothing against you, but I'm not following a bunch of people and looking at everything they do. I don't be on the internet trying to look at every story. I don't be on Twitter following people joining. No, cuz. That's why you don't see a bunch of videos and tweets and stuff like that with my name on it. By the way, I'm Defy Deuce Gun. AFG. DA, the number 5, DUECE, GUN, AFG. All one word on Twitter. Please, I will advise you to go click on there and see what I talk about. Because you barely see me tweeting. I tweet out somebody's song is now playing on my radio show. At this link. And sometimes I may put out a tweet. Like the other day, I put out a tweet when I bought the physical copy of Beast Reincarnation and went inside the PlayStation Store to pay the extra $10 for the digital deluxe upgrade. Guess who can't do that? This is the first game I've seen that you buy the physical version of, and then you go into the PlayStation Store and try to get the deluxe upgrade or the DLC upgrade, whatever, and it tell you can't buy it. You click on the learn why. It say you must own. You must purchase the products. I own the product. I got it physically. Dick. I'm playing it right now. It's in my PlayStation 5 right now. My PS5 Pro. By the way, I had all this stuff from original drop dates. So November 7th of 2024, I had my PS5 Pro. I only paid $431 for it because I traded in one of my original PS5s that I got from GameStop, Manoa. The one that I got directly from Sony Direct that gave me that link that you one of the first to be experiencing PS5. I had my shit pre-ordered from Sony, one of them, the one that's sitting down there, and the one from GameStop pre-ordered. I traded in the one that came from GameStop because GameStop John didn't come the way Sony's did. But I digress. I traded that in towards, I got like $350 in credit. So after tax, I paid like $431, if that. It was like 4 or something. And I ended up having $19 and some change left over to where I said, yo, put that on Marvel vs. Capcom Arcade Edition, John, Arcade Fighting Collection, because that was about to come out that next Friday. All right, you follow me. I had my PS5 since November 12th, 2020, the day they came out. Or was it the 12th for Xbox and the 10th for PlayStation? No, I think it's the 12th for PlayStation, but I digress. Mine were pre-ordered. I didn't have no tariff prices. So anybody that's about, oh, you got PS, you spent that much? No. I didn't even spend the original $700 on my PS5 Pro. I spent less for a PS5 Pro than I did for a regular PS5 disc base. And I bought both my PS5s as physical disc base. You see all them discs down there? By the way, my back catalog for digital games, thousands. If I turn my PS4 on and go to digital library, go to collection, and show you how many games I paid for, it's going to say over 1,200 different things. Right here on my PS5, I'm at 1,101 bought. What'd that say? Oh, 1,101 digital games I've paid for. Right? That what it say. That what it say. Okay. You see that? That's what it say, right? I paid for all that. I'm going to say it again. I paid for all that. And this is before. After Sony made that announcement, because I had seen these games already like about to come out. I did spend $20 and get the Call of Duty Black Ops 1 and 2. Even though I got Black Ops 2 right there on my PS3, that's right there. Physical box Call of Duty Black Ops 2, PS3 Slim, without the top loader, the one you put a disc inside of, not the one you got to slide the disc. But I digress. I got Resistance 3 in terms of PS3 boxes, the original boxes. Resistance 3, Grand Theft Auto 4, Black Ops 2, Tekken Tag Tournament 2, that sports, what's it called? Sports Champions that came with the PlayStation Eye camera with the motion jaw, the move, and Dragon Ball Z Battle for Z in their real original boxes. Then 2 games that's just in like a jewel case. One of them is Borderlands 2, the other one is Castlevania Lords of Shadow Part 2. I have an original PlayStation 3 DualShock controller with my PS3 with the original USB cable that came with it with the fat little joint at the end of it. Still got my original stuff, cut. Now, my original PS3, I done sold that joint off years and years ago when PS4 first came up. When I found out I can't play my PS3 games on my PS4, I was mad that I sold my PS3. But I digress. I got another one back. Shout out to my brother Deshaun, my younger brother Deshaun. Actually, he's my youngest brother. But to say all that, we have had games over 50 gigabytes this entire generation and all of last generation. So PS4, Xbox One to PS5, Xbox Series. Most of all the games that come out from AAA companies are over 50 gigs. So again, is it safe to say that all this fake ass, because either y'all don't know this and you really stuck in your head like you just don't know this, or you know this and you're just jumping on the it's popular to shit on stuff wave. I gotta stop cursing, but I digress. You can't knowingly know that these DVD and Blu-ray ROMs that we put in Xboxes and PlayStations only hold 50 gigs of data, yet almost every game we've bought in the last decade for any console is over 50 gigs. So that means our discs are a placeholder. That means our discs are a digital key card. Because the whole game is not on there. And to everybody out there talking about, if you got the physical disc, even if they stop the online, you can still play the physical disc. I would like to refer you to a game called Concord. Which, by the way, you can buy a brand new sealed on eBay for $40. Literally. But it was people selling that joint when Sony made the announcement that they're going to shut it down for $100, $150, and y'all was stupid enough to go buy it. Anybody got Concord, whether you opened it and was playing it because you was looking forward to it, or whether you bought it as a part of a scheme to think that you was going to have a game that's going to be worth $1,000 in the future for no apparent reason, I would like for one of y'all to pop open your Concord. I would like for you to put that disc in your PlayStation. And I would love for you to show me footage of you playing it single player, going through the story campaign. I would love to see it, but you can't do that, can you? No, because Sony shut those servers down. No ye. I said, no ye. They shut the server down. So you can have 55 box copies of that joint. Rip the plastic off of one, pop it in your PS5, and hit the button. You're going to get met with an error message that this game is done. Sorry, thank you for being somebody that supported or something like that. Bye. But you said if you had it on physical disc, you could still play it. So, again, I don't like this digital crap either. All digital. I'm not buying a PlayStation 6. PlayStation ain't got one chance to let they 6 sell. No, 2 chances. One of them, they're never going to do. The second one, it would be smart for them to do after they shot themselves in the foot with a 12 gauge. By making the announcement, y'all not going to do physical past January 2028. 2 things. Number one, to help your PS6 sell, number one, you got to walk that back. And I know y'all not going to do that. I know it. People who got a lot of money get arrogant. And they believe can't nobody tell them they shit stink, even though they butt stink and they didn't wipe it, they just took a dookie. It don't stink. That being said, I said one thing they could do that's really going to make their PS6 sell is walk that comment back. But they're not going to do that. Here's the second thing that can make you sell at least some PS5s. Tell the folks, before you make that stupid ass state of play that makes some music and you start showing all these shapes and Illuminati symbols, and then you show the system and what it look like and when it's going to come out and how much it costs. Before you do that, y'all need to make a statement publicly that the PlayStation 6 might not have a disk drive for PlayStation 6 games because we doing everything digital, but we can let you put your disk drive that you bought for your PS Slim or, for some of us, your PS5 Pro. I got mine from Sony Direct for $80. I did not have to go to eBay and spend those $1,000 in extra monies to get that joint. I went to Sony Direct, December of 2024, placed my order. It got to me a week and a half, 2 weeks later. I put that joint right, it wasn't even 2 weeks. That joint came to my crib because it was already out. Bam, I put that joint. I even made an unboxing video and I did an unboxing video for the PS5 Pro, an unboxing video for the disk drive. Then I did in that video something separate showing you how to put it on there and all that and set it up. And that it work after you set it up. So y'all can check it out right here on this YouTube page. If you don't, that's fine. I'm not here to try to make money. You can see my page not monetized. You don't see no super chat buttons on my joint. But that's neither here nor there. We've been fooled this whole time. There are games that you got natively on a disc. That's just the game. And you got it. And it don't matter how long they do this, and they can take digital away, and I mean they can take physical away, you can still play your disc. Yeah, you can. Until they say shut down the servers. Now, everything that you thought you had, oh, I got it on the disc, I got it physical. I got it physical. What that mean? Even Nintendo first party stuff. If they decide they don't want this shit to be played no more, they shut the server down. So a physical cartridge that got the whole game on the cartridge will not work if Nintendo say no yeet and shut this server down. Ask Concord. Ask anybody who was listening to all the pre-release data and the pre-release videos and they was excited about getting that game. It tickled their interest. They said, I'm going to try this, joint, like Marathon. And then all of a sudden they tried that, joint, and they're like, oh, this might be all right. Some people didn't like it. Some people thought it was all right. But then all of a sudden, Sony said, this joint lost all this money. We invested over $200-300 million to make it, and all this and third, and it sucks and whatever. They shut it down in like 2 weeks. And people that bought physical copies, you got a $40, $50, I don't know how much it was. Was it $60 when it first came out? But I digress. You got a double-digit dollar coaster. Something that you could just sit down and put your goddamn coffee cup or soda can on or something like that. That's all you got. But we make these videos. This is why I don't be commenting on stuff. This is why I don't jump into the algorithm. Oh, it's popular to do this right now. So when I do pop out and make a video about something, I be getting some cool ass comments. Like one of the guys that say, damn, bro, you dropping the truth. You need to be posting this. You need to post some more. Even though I got over 1,000 videos on my page, 1,000 videos do not cover talking about society. It doesn't cover talking about what's the trending topic on Twitter. What did Elon Musk say? What did Steve Jobs put out before he passed away? What did they say at Microsoft before the boy got fired and said, I quit and I'm turning in my badge and all that? You ain't quit, you got fired, bro. You and Sarah Bond got fired. But I digress. When that Joel come out, you start to hear words. You start to see all of us make our videos and we got all these people on there. Yeah, just like this Mystic saying stuff about it, and this person saying something about it, Maximilian saying something about it, 8-Bit saying something about it, all these people, yeah, Sony ruining it, and Sony is killing our childhood, and They ain't killing your childhood, they killing your future. Because if you still got PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, even PlayStation 5, you can still use every disc that you've ever bought in your life. They didn't say they shutting down every server of every game that they've ever created and any third-party game that's ever created, and you can't play no games that's disc-based no more. They said they new system and the PS5/PS5 Pro moving forward from January 2028 ain't going to have physical media made for it. Now, Sony said they're not going to do it. They didn't say they're going to stop other companies who make video games from putting out a physical version if they want to. And see, that's the thing that they think is going to have y'all holding on and pre-ordering PS6. That's it. They going to make it seem like because we didn't specify that no other company that makes games can also not make discs for PS6, that's going to make some of us fans of PlayStation go, well, wait, they did say Sony is not going to be making physical discs no more. But they didn't say Capcom can't. They didn't say Team Ninja Tecmo can't. They didn't say Marvel Disney can't. They didn't say Capcom can't. They didn't say we won't allow no company to make no disc playable on our systems. They didn't say that. They said they're not making no physical disc. So PlayStation studios like Insomnia, Guerrilla Games, and anybody else they own or whatever like that, they might tell them don't make no physical disc because they own that. They don't own Capcom. They don't own Ubisoft. They don't own Square Enix / Squaresoft. They don't own Eidos Interactive. They don't own EA. We already know who own EA now. You think them motherfuckers, stop cursing, you think them people that own EA now give a damn about what Sony talking about? If they want to make physical copies of Madden, FIFA, and all that stuff moving forward, they going to. Unless Sony say we banning discs from being played in our PS6. I told you it's 2 things they could do to walk that back, to make them get a little bit of credit. Number one, you got to cancel that we not making no disc, John. That right there would kill it. Everybody be like, all right, cool. At least we made it work. We protested and it worked. But we know they not going to say we doing this now. Sorry, they ain't doing that. They going to still go digital, right? Here go the second thing they can do with the parentheses around it. Y'all can say your PS6 that comes out will allow you to put your PS5 disk drive that you bought separately for a Slim or a Pro in there so you can play your PS5 and PS4 backwards compatible joints in there. That still won't save y'all, but at least you see how many games I got. There's other people that got way more games than that, and my games are for playing. Even though this whole list, they got Screamers and all the stuff underneath the Screamer, all that stuff is sealed. Screamer, My Hero Academia, Metal Gear, Part 2 to, what's that, Demon Chronicle Jones, RoboCop Unfinished Business, Part 1, 2, 3, Part 4, 5, 6, separate boxes of Tomb Raider, Mirage, Assassin's Creed, Valkyrie Elysium, One Piece Odyssey, House of Ashes, Uncharted Legacy Collection, Demon Souls, all that sealed. Then there's got some games that's in these rows that sealed. Mouse PI, because not the big box. I took the disc-based box out, that collector's box, so the disc is underneath there in its own case, still sealed. Mouse PI, Code Vein 2 Deluxe, Assassin's Creed Black Flag Remastered, High on Life 2, sealed. Space Marine 2, 40,000 Jones, sealed. What's that? Eden Zero, sealed. Final Fantasy Tactics, sealed. Hotel Barcelona, sealed. No More Heroes 3 in a big ass box, sealed. I didn't get around to playing them games yet. I got so many games. I just showed you I got 1,101 game on my digital PlayStation 5 list. That's not counting my PS4 stuff. If I go out in my living room and turn my PS4 Pro on, that 500 million limited edition blue see-through joint they only made 50,000 consoles of, you're going to see a completely different number of like 12 or 1,300 joints purchased for PlayStation. If I turn on my PS3 and go on my PS list, you're going to see 1,489 games I've purchased. My back catalog is a lifetime for me and my son. And my son about to be 25. I apologize. Yeah, he about to be 25. I'm tripping. But no, 24. He about to be 24. But I digress. It's 2002, not 2001. That's my fault, son. But I digress. What you gonna do when you make this announcement that no disc will be allowed to be played in PS6? You're gonna make people not buy PS6, and you're gonna have people starting to open up games that they didn't open because it's a back catalog. You're gonna have people going on their download list and downloading games that they own that they didn't play yet because guess what? They was on sale in the PlayStation Store or the Xbox Market. They was on sale. They bought it, but they never played it. You know how many games I got like that? Dating back to Sonic Frontiers going on sale a couple years ago. I bought that game and never even loaded it up, never downloaded it, never played it. I don't even know what it looked like touching it myself. I seen videos before it came out, but I've never touched it. I got a bunch of those games. Guess what y'all gonna do? Y'all gonna make us go back to our digital download libraries, our back catalogs of physical or digital. Because when you make that announcement that you can't play no discs in a 6, you can't put your disk drive from your 5 in there to be able to play your PS5 games on your PS6 and have extra SSD memory or faster loading like PS4 games being installed on the PS5 could do. They upgrade your games when you put a PS4 disc inside that joint. It load faster, the resolution be a little bit better, and my dumbass I bought an external SSD. So I wouldn't have to install none of my PS4 games on my PS5 and still get the benefits of installing it on the PS5 SSD because it runs at the same speed, if not faster. So my PlayStation 4 game that's installed on my SSD external, by the way, you can go into your options menu, your settings menu, and set it to where if you put a PS4 game in your disk drive on your PS5, it will not copy to that. You can copy it directly to an external source, whether you're using an external HDD or SSD. I have an external SSD. To end this off, we've been fooled and bamboozled. Some of us don't realize that having physical discs don't mean nothing. It's the same thing as y'all complaining about having game key cards for Switch. It's the same thing. Having a regular game fully on Switch or having a game key card on Switch, y'all complain like having a game key card on Switch is a bad thing. I could take that game to a store and sell it. As a matter of fact, because these joints are sealed, I can get the exact price of how much they cost. A GameStop would probably try to make you rip the plastic and give you credit. I know stores I can take that to right now and give it the exact credit if I want credit or sell it for cash. And I live in Philadelphia with a PHI, not a FILA. But I see a lot of us getting butthurt, using a lot of profanity, and making these little short reels about Sony this and Xbox that and Nintendo this. Well, you've been fooled. Either you've been fooled or you know exactly what you're doing and you're just trying to make money to get views. Trust me, people do weird stuff for views all the time on these social media networks. So I'm not surprised if somebody use a topic that's a trending topic, because usually people taking clothes off or dressing up like the opposite sex and doing stereotypical ignorant stuff. Everybody start jumping on the wave. Now this wave is somebody says something bad about PlayStation. Everybody got to come at PlayStation. Oh, they did this, they're doing this, they're doing this. Well, guess what? You about 15 years too late to be talking about digital. Because every game you bought from a AAA publisher that's over 50 gigs, you don't have the game on that physical disc that you got. It's a data holder. See, some games showed you this by putting a data disc and then a play disc inside the same box. Some companies tried to show you. They tried to tell you the truth in plain sight. You just didn't understand it. You thought, I could put the play disc in there and this is just the whole game right here. No, it's not. Because if you don't have that data disc, that disc right there, worthless. You can't play without the data. That's how big some of them games is. And I'm only talking about the PlayStation version. I'm not talking about Xbox, because Xbox been having to give you 2, 3, and 4 discs since Xbox 360. There's certain games that came out on PS3 that was just 1 disc in a box. You get that joint on Xbox, it's 3 discs in a box. But I digress. We yelling and screaming about Nintendo got game key cards, and certain systems want to go all, certain companies, I apologize, want to go all digital. They don't want to pay the overhead that it costs to print a physical box and a physical disc and a piece of paper that goes in there that give you a DLC code or advertisement for another game or plushie. It costs money to produce that stuff. And everybody keeps saying, oh, these companies just care about the money. Duh! Your mom and dad don't own Sony. It's some other niggas. Your mom and dad don't own Microsoft. It's some other niggas. Your mom and dad don't own Nintendo. It's some other niggas. Why did I say your mom and dad? Because they're the people that might give you a discount at their business. Oh, that's my son. He ain't paying full price. I don't care what nobody say. Use my employee discount. Oh, that's my daughter. I don't give a damn what you say it costs. She not paying the full price. That's my daughter. I work here. Discount? Nah. They don't work for them. So you can't be all butthurt about what another company, duh, they only in it for the money. They're not in it for your family values. They're not in it for your traditions. It may sound good when they make a commercial and say, we can bring the whole family together playing Nintendo Switch esports. It's Nintendo Switch 2, Sports Resort, and everybody can play. Yeah, they're not lying. Everybody can play, but you gotta pay for that, $60. And when they decide they don't want that server to be on no more because they about to bring out part 2, 3, 4, 5 of that, they shut it down. Don't matter if you got the whole physical cartridge. It don't matter if you got the whole physical disc. Guess what? No yeet. It's off. Concord. You got the disc. How come it don't work? You got the disc. Is it 50 gigs on there? I don't know. I don't know how big the game is. I never looked up the gigs. I never tried to play it or nothing. When they first advertised and I saw the commercial, when they showed the dudes out of space and they talking in a restaurant at the diner, yeah, back in the day, I did this mission. I said, this don't gonna be trash. It's like a fake ass Destiny already. I'm not Socrates. I'm no philosopher. I was a straight A student through all levels of school though. But I'm just saying. Did you not hear it? Did you not see it? And some of y'all went out and bought a bunch of copies of that joint, thinking you was going to resell it for so much more because they shut down the servers digitally, but you still got the physical disc. And then somebody bought it stupid, cracked that joint open, put it inside their disc drive, and then read the error message. Read the "we're sorry. Thank you for supporting this title, but it is no longer available. Thank you." And that's it. That's it. But we keep on getting on these YouTubes and TikToks and Instagrams and books of face talking about, oh, digital this and oh, physical game key cards. We've been having physical game key cards since PS3, my nigga. We've been having physical game key cards since Xbox 360, my nigga. And y'all stupidly go out and buy the physical joint thinking that is something different than buying it digital. It is. You get a box in your hand. It might come with a little piece of paper inside. It got a disc inside. Okay, you paid for that. You own that physical box. You even own that little piece of paper that was in that box. You even own the physical disc that's in that box. Can't nobody come to you and take it back. But the company don't have to. When they decide they don't want that game to be on no more, no yeet, aka server gone. Concord. Marvel Heroes Omega. That was a free-to-play game digitally. And you could buy $9.99 or $19.99 or $29.99 Founders Packs that came with like Spider-Mans and Wolverines and stuff like that. Other characters leveled up. And then that system got no yeeted. Now you turn that bitch on and tell you, thank you for participating and supporting the developers of Marvel Heroes Omega. Unfortunately, the licensing agreement has expired. This game is no longer playable. Thank you. That's it. And you paid money. Sony gave me my money back. I paid $19.99 for like some Spider-Man founder pack. When they made, when that company that had Marvel Heroes Omega popped up and said they was canceling that game or whatever license, guess what? Your boy hit Sony up, 1-800 Sony USA. Hey yo! I said, hey yo! I got my $20 back. Now, some folks ain't gonna get their monies back because you're not even going to go into it. Y'all just going to hear license is over, agreement is over, server shut down. That's it. Oh, that's corny. You will go to Twitter and type words and at PlayStation or at Sony. You want to go on YouTube and make a video. Oh, that's not good. Oh, I'm never doing nothing for PlayStation. But you didn't call Sony and say, dog, I ain't got nothing to do with y'all license. I paid for this. What you talking about, fam? And then get your money back. But forget that, because a lot of us ain't going to get our money back. You think they're going to give me my money back for all them 1,101 digital games I paid for when I say I don't want to mess with y'all stuff no more? No. See, here's how I'm going to support myself by not supporting them. Don't buy nothing digital. I tried to buy the digital copy of, not the copy, the digital upgrade version. Digital upgrade of Beast of Reincarnation. Now, in the actual menu of the game, there is no, you can go to the store and buy it. Click here for more content. You can't do it from the game. And when I leave out the game application and go to view product, scroll down to Deluxe Edition add-on. Beast of Reincarnation Deluxe DLC. Can't purchase it. Click learn more. You can't buy this product for the following reasons. You need the following products before you can make this purchase. Beast of Reincarnation. I own the game physically. It is in my system. I played it for 3 to 4 hours of total gameplay. I got 6% of the total game beat. I can't buy it? Oh, You trying to make me go buy a digital copy of the game so I can then buy a $10 digital deluxe add-on? Well, this just came out Thursday. This is newer. Beast of Reincarnation came out a couple days before that. It came out on the 4th. This came out on the 6th. This is the regular version, because they don't got no special edition of Tokan in the physical box, right? I came home when that disc got purchased, and because the whole time beforehand, he was only trying to sell in the digital store, whether you were on Steam or whether you was on PlayStation, whether you PC or PlayStation. They tried to sell either the regular game digital, the deluxe edition digital, or the ultimate edition digital, right? And it was like $59.99, $79.99, and $99.99 or something like that, right? Let me go to the actual view products and go to the editions. The deluxe edition is $84.99. I said $79.99. I was $5 off. And the ultimate edition is $99.99. Now, they also had, if you just click on standard and scroll down to the bottom, and I said this was going to happen. I was even on Reddit, which I'm very rarely ever on. But I even went on Reddit when this topic came up on Reddit. And when they popped up on Reddit and said, hey, does anybody know if you have the physical version of this game paid for? Does anybody know if they're going to be selling, whether on Steam, PC version, or whether on PlayStation? Does anybody know if they're going to be selling like the upgrade packs? Like are they going to be selling like the deluxe edition, DLC, season pass, or something like that separate? Because none of that stuff is up for sale. It don't say coming soon. It's not there. You can't see it. You can only see the full game regular, the full game digital deluxe, or the full game digital ultimate edition. You can only see that in the store. I typed up, and this is the night before it came out, I typed up, I don't know this for sure, but I know this for sure. Like, I'm not saying I know this, but I know this. When the game comes out, for everybody to get it, 11 o'clock on Thursday, in terms of the digital versions, because they didn't let the game get playable until 11 a.m. worldwide. Now, I'm on the East Coast. They didn't let that game be playable on the East Coast until 11 o'clock in the morning. Subtract 3 hours for Pacific Standard Time in California and the West Coast. Y'all couldn't play until 8 o'clock in the morning. There was no 12 o'clock midnight release. They brought that game out simultaneously around the world. Right? Now, I said, eventually, what's going to end up happening is, once you come home from buying the game physical, or if you get the digital deluxe editions, right? What's going to happen is, you're going to go into the store, you're going to see a pack. The regular joint for the digital joint will be like $35. And then the one that's the ultimate edition will be like $40. But I think I put up $29.99 and $39.99, or $39.99 and $49.99 in terms of the digital deluxe upgrade or the ultimate edition upgrade. When I got home with my physical box and it turned 11:05, PlayStation Store said underneath add-ons, and it wasn't no add-on before that. Now you can get the season pass and character pass by itself. You can get the digital upgrade deluxe to the deluxe edition if you want it, or you can get the digital upgrade to the ultimate edition if you want it. I got the ultimate edition. I purchased it. They also have a PlayStation Plus pack that came out as soon as that 11 o'clock hour passed. Now you got some exclusive PlayStation Plus fighting pack with everybody getting another win pose and some other stuff on there. They let me buy it. They didn't say, you cannot purchase this. Here is why. And then you click and it say, you must own this game. You must buy the following product. And it say, Marvel Tokan. Nigga. I actually got the game. I paid for it. Then I came in the crib and saw I could buy the deluxe edition. And I did. It says purchase. I click on it. It say purchase. It's grayed out. It say purchase. Fighting Soul Standard Ultimate Edition Upgrade. Marvel Tokan Fighting Soul Standard - Ultimate Edition Upgrade. So if you had the standard version and you wanted to upgrade to the Ultimate Edition, you could buy it for $40. It literally said 40, like 40. It didn't say $39.99. It said 40. The other joint said $34.99. If I wanted to go Marvel Souls Standard Deluxe Edition upgrade, it would have said $35. But I didn't want the Deluxe Edition. I said might as well pay the extra $5 and get the upgrade, the Ultimate Edition. receipt from purchasing the game, pre-order DLC, the actual disc. If Arc System works, Sony PlayStation and Marvel/Disney decide they don't want that game to be playable no more, they turn the servers off. No yeet. And this joint is less than the 50 gigs. It's 30 gigs. So that means the whole game should be on this disc. And you shouldn't have to worry about going online and they decide to stop online fights. No. If they turn the servers off, it's not just online, it's the whole game. So you could pop that disc in and it'll tell you the same thing Concord will be telling you. And Sony is a co-developer of this. It's Arc System Works and PlayStation. They got together and did that along with Marvel. Did y'all not watch the video of them being in different parts of Tokyo, Japan, meeting up for lunch and dinner and drinks, discussing they wanted to do something like this? And Sony co-develops it with Arc System Works? Again, when they decide they don't want it to be working, it's off. And we keep sitting here talking about game key cards from Switch, not having the whole game, it's just a digital draw. First of all, you can go into a store and sell them. They're not worthless. But I don't remember y'all having as many videos talking about game disc boxes that only had an alphanumeric code for Switch. When Switch 1 was out, games like Wolfenstein, Youngblood, and stuff like that, they only came with an artwork box and a little pamphlet inside that joint. Like, where's my Beast of Reincarnation? It was like this. Still had that slot down there that you could put a cartridge in, but there was no cartridge there. And over here, it had a slip that you could take out, and it was an alphanumeric code. And you put that joint on, bam, you get the code, bam, now the game gets downloaded to your system. Wasn't nobody complaining like that. Like, they didn't like it, but I didn't see a bunch of videos from all the top streamers and gamers talking about, oh, Nintendo's selling. Now, Nintendo sold a version of games that's not from Nintendo. It's workable on their systems, playable on their systems, but it's not by Nintendo. Bandai Namco made Tales of Arise. I could have sworn Capcom made that Disney, John. Ubisoft published Monopoly Star Wars. Koei Tecmo Team Ninja did Dynasty Warriors Origin. So those companies decided not to pay Nintendo however much it costs to get one of them full 64 gigabyte cartridges or whatever like that. And they decided to go with game key card because it's cheaper to manufacture. Now look at a company like CD Projekt Red. They brought out Cyberpunk 2077 on Switch 2 with the DLC. All the game is on the cartridge. It is not it look just like this. It don't say no, oh, it's only a key card, you got to download it. Nope, don't say that. Don't say that. I went on almost an hour rant, and it don't even seem like I was talking this long. But again, we need to stop yelling and screaming at our computer screens, our cell phone screens, and all that about physical media not being physical media for Nintendo because they giving you game key cards. It's not Nintendo's choice to put games on game key cards. It's the company whose game it is. Because they didn't want to pay however much it costs, much more, to get one of the regular full game key cards that hold 64 gigabytes of data. They didn't want to do that. They paid cheaper. But here's the caveat. I can still take those games to a game store and trade them and sell them. They have the same value as a regular Nintendo Switch 2 cartridge that don't say game key card on there. Some of those games, by the way, are more credit and cash value than some of the ones that don't say game key card. It's just the full thing on there. But when we go to the discs, like I said, to end this, I'm not saying go buy all digital, even though you saw I have a huge digital library on my PS5. That would be for, I didn't just go buy all those games last week. I didn't just go buy all those games just now. That's over the last 6 years I've had my PS5 and my PS5 Pro. 4 to 6 years. 2 to 6 years. 2 years this November the 7th for that PlayStation 5 Pro. 6 years this November 12th for PlayStation 5 regular. I still have one of my regular PS5 Pros. I mean my PS5. And that's a disc-based physical version. I would never buy a digital one. All these disc-based games I got, if Sony would have said you can't play none of your old games no more, we shutting down every server for every game ever created physical disc, I would be losing my mind right now, and I'd probably be in California about to catch a case. I'll be in Sony Computer Entertainment of Japan about to catch a case. Especially you tell me I can't get my money back for all these discs and shit I paid for over the year, you tripping. But see, they didn't say that. They didn't go that route. So for me, knowing this whole gigabytes of 25 single layer, 50 gigabytes dual layer, that's all those Blu-rays hold. Yet every game we've gotten since 2007, maybe 2005. I mean, some before that. But every game we've gotten has been more than 50 gigs on the actual disc that we bought it on. So that means the whole physical game is not on that physical disc. That means I still got to download data from that joint. Sometimes they even mass data like it's a day one patch, but nope, that's just the rest of the game getting put up on your joint. How many of y'all put a game in a day and come out? Whether you buy it digitally or you got the disc. And when you see the application actually downloading, copying to your hard drive, something pop up underneath of it and say update file. How you got update and the game just came out? It's not an update, y'all. It's the rest of the game data. As evidence, pop in any game from any gigs. I don't care if it say 5 gigs on the back of the disc box. What does that game have to do? You can't just pop the disc in and press play like a CD player. No. You got to pop that disc in and it has to copy, burn, emulate itself to your hard drive or a solid state drive. And even still, without that disc or lock key, you can't play that game that just copied to your hard drive or solid state drive. You can't. You need that disc still inserted in that console to play it, but it just copied and burned the entirety of the gigs and everything right to my hard drive. Why can't I just press the button? That's the certain thing that Xbox is trying to deal with right now with their disc to digital delivery service. To where if you pop a disc inside of Xbox, you get a licensed copy digital of it forever. See that? I don't need the disc. If I crack open that NBA Live 19 that I got over there for Xbox One, and I put it in my Series X, when they do that update, I now have a permanent digital copy of NBA Live 19, and I do not have to put that disc back in my hard drive, back in my disk drive. I apologize. If Sony was to do something like that, make that type of announcement for the PS6, they might actually sell some. But as it stands right now, who in their right mind is about to pay an extra high fee? Because they keep talking about memory shortage and it's going to cost so much more money to get a system in the future. If the Xbox Series right now, regular 1 terabyte regular one is $850. If a PS5 Pro right now is $900. If a regular PS5 with the disc base is $650. What makes you think the PS6 and the new Xbox Helix, whatever it's going to be called, are going to be nothing less than a stack for a standard lower memory version? They might even take a book out of Steam's page and not give you a controller with that joint. But we keep talking about having the physical disc. It's so good and we got the whole game. No, having something physical is great. You see my collection down there. And there's more stuff that I got tucked away. I got PS4 games in my drawers and stuff in these drawers that's underneath the entertainment center that I didn't pull out. I got a suitcase, a game that I'm not even playing no more that's in my closet. Hey, listen, man. I even got an arcade one-up machine out there. Listen, bro. I like physical too. I don't mind the digital every now and again, you know, because certain games only going to release digital. So if that's what you want, and see, this is where Sony lost me. We just came out with Truxton Extreme, right? It's an airplane game, shoot 'em up. I used to play Truxton back in the late 80s, early 90s. Truxton and Raiden, favorite games, right? Favorite in that genre. They just came out with Truxton Extreme. I played the demo on PlayStation. I said, oh, this joint gonna be hot. I'm gonna buy this joint. I bought it physical, deluxe edition for $29.99 or $24.99 as it was on sale on Nintendo Switch eShop. I pre-ordered the physical version, the Thunder Master edition in a big ass box for PS5. I'm not buying nothing else, the whole game digital, if they got it physical. And if they don't have it physical, it's just a digital game, I need to look on Xbox or look on Nintendo Switch. And I'm going to Nintendo Switch 2 first. to see if they got that game digital near. Because I will buy it digital from Nintendo before I buy it digital from Microsoft or PlayStation at this point. The last games I paid for was the Black Ops joints and the pre-order for Grand Theft Auto 6. And I did the pre-order for Grand Theft Auto 6 back when they first said you could. Sony didn't make the announcement about digital disc-based, all that yet. They didn't do that yet. Now I'm considering canceling my pre-order, buying that game on Xbox's system. I'm just waiting to hear about if they say their next console will have a disc-based drive in there in terms of the Xbox Helix project. If they say that, I'm going to cancel my pre-order for Grand Theft Auto 6 on PS5, and I got the $100 version. I'm going to cancel it on there, and I'm going to buy it on Xbox. Because I know once they do that upgrade for the digital license, John, I'm going to own that game forever unless Rockstar go, no yeet, and turn the servers off. And now you can't play the game at all. Not online GTA. I'm talking about at all. You can't play single player or something like that. They do that, I'm out. But Xbox is doing something where your Xbox's digital licenses is about to be yours. They already doing it with this upgrade where they're going to put the disc in and you don't need the disc no more. Give you a permanent digital upgrade. I mean, a permanent digital license copy for it. Xbox, if y'all wanted Asha Sharma, if you want to help Xbox get back to prominence in the market space of video gaming, make the announcement that your next console will have a disk drive for new content that's going to be on that system and is backwards compatible with the old stuff, with Series X and Xbox One and all that. Soon as you make that announcement, game over, Sony. You think that you heard the nigga from Tekken 1, game over, when the time ran out. You thought you didn't put another quarter in the machine. Game over. It's over, Sony. You already shooting yourself in the foot with a 12-eye, bow! Buckshot 12 gauge, bow! Pumpkin spread shells, bow! You already blowing your ankles off like cotton from freaking King of the Hill. Xbox making an announcement that they are going to have a disk drive on the next system. You done, Sony. Next thing they got to do is just put out when you can pre-order the system. Watch how fast they sell out of pre-orders for the system. See, that's not digital. That's a physical system. Not a digital license to a game. That's a system, a console that you're going to put in your hands and play. They're going to have a finite number of those they're going to manufacture just to see. If Asha Sharma make the announcement that the next Xbox will have a disk drive for those who still got Xbox One, Xbox Series, Xbox 360 games, and we making games for the new system that's going to be able to go on that disk drive. Game over, Sony. It's already game over for y'all right now. You just don't know it. The writing's on the wall. You just don't see Jeff Hardy going like this. You just don't see Jeff Hardy doing that. And you don't hear Endeavor After talking about, so you see the writings on the wall. You're just a victim of your own conceit. The architect of your own defeat. That is going to be the meme that sticks with Sony until Sony gaming division is yeeted out the game. You're just a victim of your own conceit. An architect of your own defeat. You were your own Seth Rollins. Except you didn't make the Shield. You weren't the visionary. You weren't the revolutionary. You were revolutionarily stupid for coming out making an announcement in the middle of your console generations, transitioning to the next. We're not going to be making physical discs starting January 2028. What you think? Telling us a year and a half out is softening the blow? No, that just made us not buy none of y'all stuff. Anything that's available digital, I'm already telling you, I didn't buy nothing else digital on that joint. I bought the DLC for Marvel Tokon because I got the physical box version of that game, and I actually want the other characters and stages and stuff on there. When a game is good, if they got add-on content like story mode, extra story, they got extra characters or something like that, and you like the game, of course you're going to play. People that's playing Street Fighter 6. They about to start, they started already. Season 4 is out. Not everybody, but what's her name? Yasmin or something like that? The first character from Season 4 is out right now. I don't hear y'all saying, why would you buy digital download content? Because that's DLC. That's add-on. So if you like the game that you got, physical or digital, you can add on content if you so choose. I'm not buying anything unless it's something like that. Like for all these games I own, if there's anything else, because some of these games I got the collector/deluxe editions of, and they come with a season pass in the box, like Ninja Gaiden 4, like Code Vein 2 Deluxe Edition. Both of those are the special editions that come with the DLC season pass for all the extra story mode and all that in the box. So I bought that version. If Tokai would have had the Ultimate Edition for $100 in a regular box, I would have bought it like that. They didn't. I wanted the Ultimate Edition content because that's extra characters, stages, and materials. I liked the game already. I didn't close beta tested it twice. I didn't open beta tested it once. I liked the game. Now let me see the single player content. Oh, you can do story episodes, or you can do Arcadia mode, you can do this, you can do that. Okay, there's a lot of ways to play the game. Good. I support this game. It's a good game. Good job, Arxis. But I promise you and everything I love, a video game that's only digital coming out is not going to be available physical for nobody. Like the company is an independent company. They sell it for $19.99 or something like that. And they're not bringing out a physical copy, right? They can't afford to, right? If that game is hot, if it's interesting, if it's cool, I will buy it on another console. Like I just did Truxton 2. You think I'm bull crapping? Let me get my Switch 2. I will do the same thing. I played the demo of this game. At the crib on PlayStation 5. Remember I told you Splatoon was missing? That's the game that was in the box right there. That's Splatoon Raiders right there. What's that? What's next to that? 2 down? That's Truxton Extreme right there. That's the whole game, bruh. Not the demo. We'll tell you demo over top. That's the whole game, bruh. The Takeover. Digital game. PlayStation got it in their store right now for $19.99. eShop got that joint in there. I don't know if they changed it yet. eShop had that joint in there for $1.99. Bought it. What's the other fighting street joint that looked like that I bought? Final Vendetta. Final Vendetta like $24.99 on PlayStation Store right now. And I believe they got a physical copy of this. But I bought it digital because it was $3.99 in the eShop. 1980X. It's like $14.99, $19.99 on PlayStation right now. $1.99 in the eShop. If I see games that I'm interested in copping on any console, if it's only digital, I would have to look at that console and say, I mess with them like that, I'm going to get it on this system. Sony, you all know I bought a bunch. That's why I showed it first. I got 1,101 digital games on my PS5 alone from November of 2020 till now. If any of the games that I bought digital had a physical version, the reason why I bought it digital is because the digital version had the collectors or the deluxe edition like WWE 2K25, 26. They didn't have a physical version for the collector's edition or the upgraded whatever, Bloodline edition, and what's this one for the Monday Night Wars edition? They didn't have a physical box for that. They just had the regular $70 box with CM Punk on the front, and I had to come home and spend the extra $50, $60 or whatever for the joint. I didn't want to do that. I said, matter of fact, I could just kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can get the game and all the DLC. Just pre-order the Monday Night Wars edition. That's the biggest one. That's the most expensive one. Pre-ordered, by the way. So I had to pay the real full price. Not, get it 7 months after it came out and paid $40, $50 for it. No. Not get the John Cena Returns pack. No. Buy the game when it's first out before it's even out. So I don't mind supporting digital or physical. Y'all see it. But when I start hearing scummy practices, I can't rock with it. So Sony, y'all ain't getting no more money from me for no games. Any game that come out and it's only digital, ain't gonna make no physical, John, I'm buying it on Switch or Xbox. The only thing PlayStation gonna get from me digitally is if I got one of my physical disc-based games, the regular version, not none of the collector's Johns, because they all come with the DLC. Any of my regular versions of games, if they got some DLC that extends the story, not put on a colorful clothes, not put on a different colorful skin on my gun or my weapon, no. Further story mode, not another shirt, not another suit, not another color scheme, no. More story, I will buy the DLC for that game because I got the physical version for it. DLC. Add on content. Be very specific. Not buying anything that's a game. I could have bought Truxton on there. It's the same price. Y'all not charging it higher than Nintendo and Xbox, but I bought a Nintendo Switch too. I didn't even buy it on Xbox because I'm not sure about Xbox. I only play games on my Game Pass on there. Only reason I bought NBA Live 19, it was $20 brand new wrapped up, and Live 19 was good to me. I liked Live 19. I bought both. See, this is the thing. I was buying both the games for years. I was buying Live and 2K basketball. I was buying Madden and 2K football. I had all the systems. At that time, I had PS2 and Dreamcast, and NFL and NBA 2K was only on Dreamcast. They were Sega sports titles done by Visual Concepts and Take-Two Interactive. When Xbox got defunct and canceled, and we got the Dreamcast got canceled, and we got the Dreamcast 2, aka the original Microsoft Xbox, that's when those games started becoming on other systems. What was that, 2002, 2003? They started it? Yeah, around that time. Before then, they were only on Dreamcast. If I was to see, like I got 2K26, right? I buy ever since, I want to say 17, maybe 18, whichever one, started coming out with a $100 version that come with the extra stuff that you can put for your VC dude, for your My Player dude, because I actually play my career. I don't buy 2K and go on the courts with random internet niggas and play a bunch of games. I don't buy $90,000 worth of freaking real VC with real money and make 15 badge versions of myself as a point guard, a center, and I'll be going out to the rec in the theater playing with other. No, I buy basketball games to play seasons. I was born in 1983. The first system I played was in 1985. It was called the Nintendo Entertainment System. The year after that, we got Wubbo Wibbo. One of the first basketball games I ever played. Super Nintendo and Genesis come out years later. We had Bulls versus Blazers and Lakers versus Celtics, which turned into NBA Showtime, which turned into NBA Live. Know your history, folks, before you go running your mouth on the internet. Some of y'all not even old enough to be qualified for these conversations. You don't even know what the hell Nintendo is. You think Nintendo is just the name of the company that made the Switch 2. You don't know Nintendo was the very first system they brought out here in America. The NES, Nintendo Entertainment System. Not Nintendo Presents Switch. No, it was called Nintendo. Who made the Nintendo? Nintendo. So I remember all these games. And I had fun playing them. So Live, 19 and 18. 18 with James Harden on the front. 19 with Joel Embiid on the front. I liked both of those. And I also had NBA 2K18 and NBA 2K19. And I've been paying for the $100 version of 2K ever since they was first available. Because I play my career and I play all my career. Right now, I'm in my 4th year of my career on 2K26, playing with the Sixers. That's the team I was playing with this whole time. We done made trades. We got Giannis Antetokounmpo. We got freaking Victor Wembanyama over there with me, Maxey, and Embiid starting. And we got what's his name coming off the bench? AD. We about to get our 4th championship, Nick. See how excited I am about playing a regular game? I ain't talking about nothing. I was playing with these dudes in a wreck. And this one guy is named Cash Nasty. And he was like, boom, boom. And I was like, how you doing that? You're a cheater. And now I'm on the internet talking about people be cheating on 2K, making videos about cheaters who using the L2 cheese to hold down and press up. No, I don't care about that. Because I don't participate in it. Because I know it's a fraud. Just like right now, I'm not playing Black Ops 1 or 2. Because Black Ops 2 got these hacker cheater niggas on there that can mess your account up because they hacking and cheating. I'm not trying to go through that. And I paid for those games. I bought it for $19.99 and then paid $9.89 after tax for the DLC pack. So it was $30 a piece. I bought both of them and the DLC content packs. I don't mind paying for my hobby. But once I start hearing you trying to scam me and you don't give a fuck about how... Oh no, I'm cool. I'm cool. I talk about wallet. So when that PS6 come out, that's $1,200 for the standard 500 gigabyte hard drive. When they bring out the PS6 with the 1 terabyte extra drive space, no controller and 1 digital demo of Crash Bandicoot 4. Yeah, I said 4. I'll be like, damn. Everybody going ham trying to go to GameStop and pre-order one. Everybody going ham on Sony Direct trying to pre-order one. I don't want one at all. And right now I'm at that point. Y'all have some work to do for me to even consider wanting to get one. Then I know it's going to be astronomically priced, and I know it's not going to have standard features that the PS5 or the Pro had, and I know it's not going to have physical media. What the fuck am I buying that for? I'm not. And that's the bottom line. But I'm not going to sit up here and quote that guy because he beat women. I'll holler at y'all later, man. God bless you and your families.